Espinosa, and I did my book review on the book Timeline by Michael Christian. Timeline is a classic novel. Not classic as in, 100 years ago, but classic as in it came from nearly 400 years ago, based on events that happened during the 100 Years' War. This book astounded me. It blew me away with how good it was. It takes modern day technology, time travel, the whole imagination of time travel, and it puts it into perspective. That's reality. That we can actually do that. That it's a thing that could happen. And that what these scientists use is they use this device for tourism to make money off it. Because that's all the world runs on is money. This runs deep into the psyche of human beings, of how they are. It's not going to go on for entire chapters on a human brain and their thought process. No. That would bore the hell out of you. No. It brings this tale to life of how these scientists go back in time into this day and age that they're unfamiliar with. The knights, archers, castle sieges, war. Chivalry, knighthood, everything is there. But it's brought out in the exact way it was back then. Not in the way we all have in our minds of just knights charging the battlefield at each other and just hammering away at each other for a while, or just, one knight's mowing them down. It's a lot more intricate than that, honestly. Knights would wield 20 to 50 pound swords. This here is a claymore, a greatsword. They would wield these swords and they would just swing them around for hours and hours and hours in practice. And they would do that while wearing 100 to 200 pound armor on them. That's a lot. That's just this massive amount of just weight. While easily, flexibly just swinging it around and just stabbing somebody. Slashing through them. Breaking through steel or iron armor like it was butter. Because that was their strength, their power in their arms. And their legs and their torso and their just... everything of their body was muscles and thorough, hard grit of battle. That was their entire lifestyle. And that was during the 100 Years' War. That was complete, endless fighting throughout that war. And it was just different wars. Anyway, as it goes in depth into the book, it talks about how these scientists are losing their way back in time. Because slowly they start getting picked off. And slowly it just turns into this giant mess where they're stuck here. Until they can find a way to return. These massive amounts of just stamina that these knights use is shown throughout the book. Through tournaments, through jousting tournaments, through just different sword fighting styles. They come up with new bombs. They came up with a sort of Greek fire. Which, if those of you who don't know, mythological Greek fire is this fire that cannot be doused. It just goes until it decides to stop on its own by whoever created it. And that's basically what they created. And it's so in-depth about warfare. It's so in-depth about just the people itself of that time. It tells this great story of these knights who weren't great. Who weren't heroic, mighty men. They were assholes. They were assholes. They were douchebags. Of this society, they were the douchebags. Of the 20 years ago jocks, they were those jocks. That's how they were. That's how these guys were. Timeline is an amazing book. For anybody who loves history, for anybody who loves science, for anybody who is into fighting, knighthood, anybody who's into that, crazy stuff of dressing up, getting a nice sword, or getting some gear on and going out and LARPing for lame people, medieval war combat for the real guys. Hell yeah, all day, every day. And look at this. This is just... they wielded this stuff all day, every day. I don't know how they could have done it. I don't know how they wore 200-pound armor and did that, but this book brought that to life. It showed me that they did, that they fought with this stuff, that they just kicked each other's ass endlessly. Wow. Made a giant hole in my roof just because of doing that. This thing, it's dual. I dueled it because fucking this... Frickin', I said frickin'. This thing sharp would just slice through anything. Anyway, I'm just giving you some perspective into the book of what it tells you and how much it tells you. But like I said with archers we expect to shoot maybe, just one arrow, grab another arrow, one arrow, that old cheap shit. They were Robin Hoods of their time. Robin Hood, in this perspective, must have been an amazing archer. Because these guys are just loosing, like, 10 arrows in 30 seconds. No problem. Less than that. Like, 15 arrows in 30 seconds. Just psh, boom, 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 boom. Grabbing another one, going, shooting. And arrows, longbows that the English and French used, they were these massive, just massive things that they used that covered their whole body to their chest and their torso right here. And they fired. That is intense. Oh, this book is amazing. I highly suggest it to anybody who wants to read it. Anybody who's interested in any kind of this stuff. But also, if you're not interested in books so much, because I know some of you aren't really, it's fine. But watch the movie. There is the movie, Timeline. It's on Netflix. I believe it's still on Netflix. It features Paul Walker. Hey, you know, tribute to him. He died. Okay? So watch it because the guy died. Okay? Watch it because the guy died. Watch it. Good movie. It pretty much covers the book for the main story part. It's pretty cliche, but it's a good movie. The book, so much better. I highly suggest. Alright? Bye, Miss Weston. I'm sorry I'm not in class today. I'm off to see my girlfriend and do a job interview. So, adios, everybody.